Hello everyone. Today, we are going to explore one of the most fascinating and intriguing mysteries of ancient history, Pharaoh Tutankhamun. This is a story not only about prosperity and power, but also a journey filled with enigmas, from curses to surprising scientific discoveries. Let's dive deep into the life of this young pharaoh and uncover the secrets that have never been revealed before. Tutankhamun, a name that has become synonymous with some of the greatest mysteries in ancient Egyptian history, was one of the youngest pharaohs to ever rule Egypt. Ascending to the throne at just 9 years old, he inherited a nation in turmoil. The Egyptian empire was in a state of political and religious upheaval following the controversial reign of his father, Pharaoh Akhenaten. Akhenaten's radical religious reforms, introducing the worship of only one god, Aten, shook the very foundations of Egyptian society. He banned the traditional polytheistic worship that had been central to Egyptian life for centuries. This bold move alienated many priests and citizens, leading to widespread dissatisfaction and instability within the kingdom. By the time of Akhenaten's death, Egypt was on the brink of collapse, struggling to find balance amidst these drastic changes. In the wake of Akhenaten's death, the young Tutankhamun was thrust into power, just a child who was expected to lead the country through such a crisis. His accession to the throne at such a tender age was unprecedented, and to many, it seemed like a moment of uncertainty for the future of Egypt. Nevertheless, with the help of his experienced advisors, including the wise Vizier I and the powerful general Horemheb, Tutankhamun began the long process of restoring order to the empire. One of his first significant actions was to abandon his father's religious reforms and reinstate the traditional pantheon of gods. The worship of Ammonius, the chief deity in the Egyptian pantheon, was revived, a decision that quickly earned him the favor of the people. Tutankhamun also moved the capital back to Thebes, abandoning Akhenaten's controversial city of Amarna, which had been built to honor Aten. This decision symbolized a return to Egypt's rich cultural heritage and spiritual traditions. Despite being so young, Tutankhamun showed remarkable leadership. His reign, though brief, marked the beginning of a period of relative stability and prosperity for Egypt. He ordered the restoration of damaged temples and religious sites, including the famous Temple of Karnak, and even initiated the construction of new monuments to honor the gods. Perhaps the most striking examples of his architectural contributions were the red granite lion statues at Salab, a symbol of Egypt's enduring strength and divine protection. Tutankhamun's attention was not only focused on religious matters, however. He also sought to improve the lives of his people, reducing taxes that had become an oppressive burden under his father's reign and expanding agricultural lands to ensure the prosperity of the kingdom. His administration undertook massive projects to strengthen Egypt's military, creating a powerful army to defend the borders and secure trade routes vital for Egypt's economy. Under his leadership, Egypt regained stability and renewed its place as a dominant force in the ancient world. Internationally, Tutankhamun worked to restore Egypt's diplomatic relationships with neighboring kingdoms that had been damaged during Akhenaten's reign. Archaeological evidence suggests that Tutankhamun led successful military campaigns against the Nubians and other enemies, securing Egypt's borders and re-establishing control over crucial trade routes. These victories helped to enhance Egypt's influence and solidified Tutankhamun's role as a legitimate and powerful pharaoh. While the young king's reign was not marked by military conquest on a grand scale, his successful diplomacy and efforts to stabilize Egypt set the stage for his successors to enjoy peace and prosperity. However, despite his efforts to restore Egypt to its former glory, Tutankhamun's life was tragically short. He passed away at the age of 19, leaving behind many unanswered questions about the cause of his untimely death. Initially, historians believed that Tutankhamun had been assassinated because of a large crack found in his skull. But after the application of advanced X-ray technology in the 1960s, scientists concluded that the fracture was likely caused by the mummification process, not an act of violence. In 2005, new studies revealed that Tutankhamun had suffered from a broken leg that had become severely infected. Some researchers hypothesized that the injury may have occurred during a hunting accident, where he fell from a chariot or horse. This injury, combined with the infection, might have led to his early death. Further genetic studies in 2010 confirmed that Tutankhamun had contracted malaria, a disease that likely compounded the effects of his injuries. This revelation shed new light on the challenges Tutankhamun may have faced during his life, as it is believed that malaria may have exacerbated the infection in his leg, contributing to his premature demise. Another significant discovery in 2014, through a CT scan of his body, revealed that Tutankhamun had several congenital defects, including a clubfoot, a cleft jaw, and possibly epilepsy. These health issues were likely the result of inbreeding, which was a common practice in royal Egyptian families to maintain the purity of the royal bloodline. The discovery of these defects raised questions about the difficulties Tutankhamun must have faced throughout his life, including his physical limitations, which could have contributed to his untimely death. After his death, Tutankhamun was embalmed according to Egyptian religious traditions and buried in a tomb in the Valley of the Kings. However, it wasn't until 1922 that his tomb was discovered by British archaeologist Howard Carter, revealing one of the most remarkable and mysterious finds in the history of archaeology. Inside the tomb, Carter and his team uncovered a vast array of treasures, including golden artifacts, jewelry, and the famous solid gold mask of Tutankhamun. But perhaps even more astonishing was the discovery of a curse that was said to protect the tomb from tomb robbers and those who dared to disturb it. A warning was inscribed on the tomb's walls, stating that death would come swiftly to those who violated the pharaoh's peace. Shortly after the tomb was opened, several members of Carter's expedition, including Lord Carnarvon, the financier of the excavation, died under mysterious circumstances. These deaths fueled rumors of a pharaoh's curse that would plague anyone who disturbed the tomb of the young king. Modern science, however, has offered a different explanation. Studies have shown that the deaths of those involved in the tomb's discovery may have been due to the toxic environment inside the tomb. Mold and bacteria, including the dangerous Aspergillus fungus, were found in the tomb, and the gases emitted from the tomb, such as ammonia and hydrogen sulfide, could have been lethal to those with weakened immune systems. Despite these findings, the legend of the pharaoh's curse continues to captivate people around the world, adding to the mystique surrounding Tutankhamun's tomb. Today, Tutankhamun's mummy is displayed in the Valley of the Kings, and his tomb continues to be one of the most visited archaeological sites in the world. The life of this young pharaoh, who ruled an empire at such a young age and whose reign was marked by both remarkable achievements and heartbreaking tragedy, remains one of the most intriguing stories in the annals of history. The mysteries surrounding his life, death, and the treasures buried with him continue to inspire scholars, archaeologists, and history enthusiasts alike. As technology advances, more secrets about Tutankhamun's life and reign may come to light, further cementing his place in history as one of the most enigmatic figures of ancient Egypt. Thank you all for watching the video. If you found it interesting and want to explore more historical mysteries, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of the exciting videos coming up. Leave your thoughts about Tutankhamun and the mysteries surrounding him in the comments section below. See you in the next video.